graphics environment to allow you to specify what kind of offerings you want, how many you want, and so on and so forth. Same goes in a corporate environment. They need to offer certain set of services, wrapping the physical resource underneath to the users, and support the applications, and even automate the provisioning and running of n-tier applications. Also, in many cases, when the workload changes, say in a set of Java applications, the resources dedicated to specific applications can be growing, shrinking, expanding, and narrowing in response to the workload changes when the traffic of the request changes. Right? So this layer of responsiveness of resource allocations need to implement it on top of physical resources or the virtual machines. Cloud is about management on top of the physical and virtual resources. Actually, fundamentally, it's the same as the way they are done today. And that's good, because you want to be compliant and secure. However, the change is that a lot of these compliance and security tools are to be integrated with the cloud management, so that when cloud management software receive a request by a user in the form of the self-services, the cloud management software actually have to check the security system you have for authorization, for quota, right, for permission to access certain applications or data by the applications based on who are requesting the applications. And then if all the authorizations are in place, then run the applications. The cloud management software may even file a request to system administration people to get a manual approval from management to allow the user to get this chunk of resources to run this application. So these are all configurable. But the key thing is that in cloud, all these application lifecycle experiences are automated, meaning there's no human or no system administrators involved in the flow by default. By default, it's all automated. That's how you can implement a responsive, agile IT infrastructure and enable self-services. Yeah, that's a good set of examples about how the enterprise customers adopt clusters, grids, and clouds in an evolutionary fashion you asked me earlier. We're working with all the tier 1 banks and security houses. And the first adoption they did with us several years ago was to support the risk management software products they have, either in-house developed applications or third-party applications, such as Murex and Algorithmics, and to also support the intraday applications to allow them to price their complex products. And now you know that these leading banks in Japan are global banks. So they have operations in New York, in London, or in Hong Kong. And what we did with them is to build a shared infrastructure, an enterprise grid, you may call it, to allow dozens of these applications to run on thousands of servers, but the commodity servers at much lower cost, because all these dozens of applications from different line of businesses, either is equity or currency or asset management or commodities, right? All these different line of business, their applications running in this shared enterprise grid environment, the utilization of the resources far more higher than the client server silos, where it's typically 10 to 15%, and this is 70, 80, 90%. Now, the same customers are working with us to look at expanding to add more applications, integrating using the VMs to transform the enterprise grid they have into a more of a private cloud. Same customers are very interested in not having to use all the resources internally to run the applications, especially when they have an end of month peak demand, but rather overflow to external service providers such as NTT. So we support these demanding customers in Japan as they go through their evolution of clusters and grid and cloud to run their applications. I think cost savings is definitely a major driver for adopting cloud computing, especially in the last several years, 2 years of economic difficulties. But what we found over the last 18 years of the company operations, the biggest driver and most sustainable driver for distributed computing of clusters and grid clouds is actually the agility and responsive of IT to enable the enterprises to run applications when and where they need, on demand and rapid responses. Because business are, in the end, about making money, generating revenue, cost effectively. So the capabilities of all these resources to be brought to bear on demand to run applications when you need to run them, rather than spending months of time buying the hardware, buying the OS and the storage and everything to set up the application silo to run the new applications, is the biggest advantage for cloud computing approach rather than the traditional client-server approach. And in that context, by using commodity resources, by sharing the resources, and by automating the IT operations to enable self-service, you dramatically reduce your cost. Yeah, Platinum computing in some sense is unique. We have been in business for 18 years, and we have a very loyal customer base, including the large customers we have in Japan across several verticals. And in the end, as I mentioned earlier, we delivered a general purpose, expandable, distributed computing platform for sharing and managing their resources in support of all their applications. Therefore, we view ourselves to be more of a partner to our customers and to our other partners like Japan system vendors, NEC, Fujitsu. And we are here for the long term. And therefore, by being a specialized software vendor for just managing the cluster grid cloud environment, we believe offer an attractive approach to take advantage of this technology trend for a lot of enterprises, not just on the initial verticals we had in electronics, in automobile and manufacturing, in financial services, in government research education, but now across the board in the Japanese economy. Yes, the system integrators actually play a very important role as the enterprises adopt cloud computing, because cloud is built, not bought. You cannot buy your cloud from any vendor, including Platinum computing. So you can buy servers, you can buy application software, and you can buy the cloud management software from Platinum computing. But then somebody has to put it all together. Either the enterprises do it themselves, or by default, it's the SIs who would help the customers to integrate together. And therefore, the SI partnerships is crucial to Platinum in enabling our product to be widely adopted by the customers. Well, it's an exciting time in the Japanese market as more and more people are looking into the cloud computing. As a management software company, Platinum has been working in Japanese market since 1995. That's about 15 years. And I believe the best time for the market and for Platinum computing is ahead of us. We would like to continue to be a contributing member of the community, working with our customers and partners to help them to figure out how to best take advantage of cloud computing. And we look forward to work with the end users, the service providers, and other ecosystem partners in the Japanese market. We are here for the long term.
All right. Thank you for your exciting comments. I will close the interview now. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.